What if I told you that no matter what, you should always see yourself as the best option? No matter if you're going for a new job, if you're creating a romantic relationship, if you are seeking friends, you have to see yourself as the best option available. Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jameelah, and I am a master manifester, and I'm sure you are too, because you're watching content like this. The name of this channel is Holistic Manifesting, because I believe in a whole body, whole mind, and whole being experience when it comes to manifesting these amazing lives that we are choosing, right? What I am discussing in this video is the idea that you are the best option no matter what, right? So a lot of people think that thinking that they are the best option in most situations and circumstances means that they are arrogant, means that they don't actually see their own flaws or their own shortcomings. It means that they are not tapped into what other people are looking for and what other people think is important. And I'm here to say, but that's not absolutely true. When you see yourself as the best option, you are seeing yourself as the best option with flaws and all. So we're going to call them flaws, with the shortcomings and all, with the areas of improvement and all. You're not saying that you're perfect. You're not saying that you don't have areas that need to be updated or upgraded or areas that need to be worked on. What you're saying is that even with all of that, I still feel like I am the best option, right? So if you're looking out and trying to go get a new job, you're trying to go get this dream career, whatever, something you've been working on. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people like different jobs that they do. Not everybody hates to go to work. Some people would not know what to do with idle time. They would rather go put their time and energy towards something like creating or doing something, whether it be for a business or an institution a business they own. They don't care. They want to go give their energy away. And you're going up for this job interview. What good would it do your mindset to believe that the other people that were applying for this position was a better option than you were? It would do you no good. This is why if I'm applying for something or trying to, go for something or get something, I never ever spend time on who the competition might be, right? It's a waste of my time and energy because in my mindset, because I'm going for this thing, it's because I believe that if these people put me in front of them, that they will see that I'm the best option. And that is my goal, to be seen as the best option. My goal is not to be seen as the third best option, but I'm likable, so take me anyway. That's not the goal of anyone. My goal is to be seen as the very best for their institution, for their business, for whatever they need to be having taken care of. That is the goal. So I'm tunnel vision in that mindset. And so when I go to an interview or I go for a pitch or something like that, I'm always thinking like, don't waste your time with other people. I'm the best there is. In my mind, that's what I'm always saying. Now, I don't say this out to the people, right? It's not a movie where we're running in there and we're just this, cool guy and everybody loves him. And he's like, I'm the best option. That happens in movies and TV shows. If you say it in real life, people may be taken aback. But I'm going in there with my mindset thinking like, I don't care what these other people have to offer. What I have to offer and what's special about me is what you need at this firm, right? And that mindset has taken me so many places. It doesn't benefit us in any kind of way to think that we are second best to anybody or anything. What good is it? Where does it get you? Nowhere. Whether it's even a romantic relationship. Say you're working on a romantic relationship, you're with someone, and they are in the process of trying to decide, which I don't know, maybe people do this. I don't know what they're doing out there. Trying to decide whether or not you want to make it a whole relationship or something like that. You got to get into the mindset to where you're so calm and you're so cool and you're so relaxed and you're so like nonchalant about your own greatness in many areas that you're like, hey, I know I'm the best person that's out there, but if you don't see that, then that's all on you. That's up to you. That's okay, right? But you can't be sitting there thinking like, oh, is this girl better than me? Or is this one better than me? Or is this woman got more to offer than me? That's why I think dating shows are so stupid. Because it's like you literally are putting yourself up in a position to where you're trying to block out the idea that there's people that's supposed to be so much better than you for something that's important to you. No, I don't even need to see any of that. I don't need to see the people. I don't need to see the competition. It's a waste of my time and energy. Now, if I'm in a field or I'm doing something where I want to learn something more or do something that progresses me to a certain degree, I'm going to do that. But when it gets down to crunch time and someone's about to decide from formidable people, right, for a position or something, I'm going to believe that I'm the best option. I'm going to believe that if I'm not chosen, then that means the universe, the creator, has something else in store for me. And that thing wasn't really what was supposed to happen anyway. It pays you, it does you no good to walk around thinking, oh, I was less than, oh, I was second best, oh, I wasn't the one, right? I've even had people call me after interviews or whatever, where I didn't get a position or something, and they say, oh, you were second in line. I'm like, I know who y'all chose, but I was the better choice. And some people think, oh, that's so arrogant. No, it's not. It's saying that I know I put time and energy into what I'm doing, and I know what I can do. I know what I can create, whatever. So if you went with that other choice, it was based on something else that you decided was important. But in my mind, I still feel like if you would have gone with me, you would have got a way better and more interesting experience. And a lot of people think, well, how do you know that? How do you know the other person? I don't care what the other person's doing. It doesn't even matter. It shouldn't matter to you. What you need to worry about is you being the best option for whatever you're going for and whatever you're doing. Put yourself in that position. What good is it to apply or do anything if you're going to feel like you're second best? If you're going to feel like you're third in line? What's the point of that? Another thing is, it shows you when a situation doesn't fit. So if you walk into something and say you're not chosen for it, or you're not the person that they pick for it or whatever, there's not anything you walk away from it, any hard feelings and go, oh, you know, they did me like this and I didn't get what I wanted and I'm upset, whatever. No, you walk away saying, hey, they just let the best option walk out the door, and you go to wherever else the best option is offering the good things. I've had positions before where I was laid off for different reasons, not like anything negative. They were doing a certain contract and then they decided that the contract was over. And everybody in the room wanted me to be upset. They were like, aren't you upset? Aren't you angry? Whatever, aren't you? And I'm like, no, I already know that they're letting the best option walk out the door because I feel that way about myself. So because of that, I'm going to go take my best option to somewhere else that's going to see it. And I'm not mad at the place that didn't see it. It's just, they don't have the ability. They weren't willing to, it doesn't fit into whatever they got going on, and that's perfectly okay, right? But for me to sit there and think, oh, I was like, oh, because, you know, all of these reasons and because I'm not good enough and all, it's much bigger than that. It's much bigger. The universe, the creator, is way bigger than all that little stuff that we think we need to tweak or fix or change or whatever. It's energetic. It's frequency. And sometimes your frequency or your energy, it just outgrows a place, and it's no longer a space for it, right? So if you're feeling good, you're flying high, and you're feeling like you're doing great and you're the best option for this position, for that one, or for whatever you want to do, and you're in a place where they're kind of mediocre and they're kind of average, you're going to eventually get pushed out of that space, and that's perfectly okay. But that doesn't mean that you were not the best option that they could have had at the time that you were there, right? And the last thing I have to say about this, right? If you walk around seeing yourself as second best or seeing yourself as not as great, that is exactly where you're going to land. This is what I know. You can have people with similar skill sets, or you can have a person that has a much higher skill set than one person over the other. Everything about them says, you know, they were trained this way, they have these degrees, they have this background, and they've won these competitions and they've gotten all this accolades and stuff over the years. And you have another person who's got about half of what they got going on, right? About half. And those people are pitted against each other in something, right? If the energetic boost or the esteem or the confidence or the frequency is behind that person that has half of what the other person have, they'll get that position, they'll get in that place before the person that has all of the other stuff does. So that's what people don't understand. It's not always about what you have. It's not always about what you are on paper. Sometimes it's just about your frequency, your energy, and what you know you can bring to the table. And sometimes you're in environments where they make decisions with the head and not necessarily with the heart frequency. And when that happens, it doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong, that you're so far behind that you need this, that, and that. And I know this from experience. I've done these things. I've been looking around and I'm like, well, they got that degree from over there, but maybe I need it. I need this and that. And then I walk into other environments and they'll just take me without even looking at that stuff. And I'm like, dang, I got all that because I thought that that's why that person was chosen over me. No, they were chosen over me because their energetic frequency was higher, because I was worried about them having something more than what I had. And I gave my power away in that instance. I allowed myself to be second best. And I was acting as if somebody took me on, that would be a favor, right? It gets you out of their mindset of thinking that other people are doing you favors. In life, there's transactions. There's an even exchange. If somebody's looking for you to come do a job, or looking for you for a mate, or looking for you for a friendship, they're not doing you any favors. Y'all are equally interacting with each other no matter what. Even in the workplace, it's the same thing. Even in romantic relationships, I don't care if this person is a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, and you are a lowly waitress or something, what people might say, and you don't have any degrees, and you're kind of just being your good, happy person, right? That doesn't mean that that person's doing you a favor in any kind of way. Because at the end of the day, you still have to give yourself over to that relationship as a human being, just like that person has to also. So to walk around and think like somebody's doing me a favor, it puts you right in the nook of being abused mentally and emotionally, right? You got to have your confidence and your esteem with you no matter what. And if you start thinking like that, you automatically giving your power away to somebody just because of something that they have on paper. But at the end of the day, it's two human beings with a meeting of the minds. And that's just how that works. Contrary to what people believe, it does not work based on those other things. We love to think that it does, but it really doesn't. Half of the people that are millionaires and billionaires, they don't even focus on that when they're out there doing things for the most part. They're focused on more about people's character and what they bring to the table and who they are, because they already know that the money is just one thing. So if you walk into those type of environments and interacting with those people and you're like putting their money on a pedestal and you're just like, oh, thank you so much for taking me on, you automatically put yourself at a deficit. So no matter what the room is, no matter what they have to offer, no matter what they have going on, you have to walk in that space and say, hey, they saw me as the best option and I am the best option. And whatever I'm lacking, I'm going to gain. Whatever I don't know, I'm going to learn. Whatever I don't have, I'll eventually attain. So just keep that in mind. Nobody's ever doing you a favor. Whenever you go somewhere to go do something or handle something or go get a job or get a friendship or whatever it is that you're trying to bring into your space, always know that you are the best option because you are a whole being. You have your whole being to offer to other people. And when the right people are around, the right situations, the right circumstances show up, they see that whole thing. And you don't have to look at yourself and say, oh, they could have went with that guy. Oh, they could have, you know how many people look at the previous person somebody dated and was just like, oh, goodness, they could have had that person and they chose me. You're automatically putting yourself in the you're doing me a favor mode. And that doesn't work well for you. It doesn't put you in the greatness that you want to experience. It doesn't help you manifest the life you choose. It puts you in a low self-worth space. And ultimately, you can't create from that space because you're always feeling like you're, under the gun. And I've done it. I went into workplaces where I felt like they were doing me a favor because of the reputation of the place and stuff. And the energy and attitude with the people that I was interacting with all was showing me that I was not thinking enough of myself. I was like, they chose you because you were the best option. They see something in you that for whatever reason you couldn't see in yourself for the moment. And if that's not the case, you'll just grow out of it and go do something else. And that's like with everything, right? What if I told you you were the best option? See yourself as the best option. Believe you are the best option. And guess what? Everything is going to work out in your favor, always. Whether you get opportunities or not, it's still working in your favor. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.